Hello!
Hello.
So this is the inaugural GNamer Forum video. I have with me...
Very good to see you all. Well, see the camera.
This is true, I'm ZeroJones and this is...
Patrick Keelty, as I've apparently been designated, otherwise known as Balladeer.
Very well. I believe we're going to start off with just a few discussion points. So if my learned friend would like to begin.
No, I'll let you go first, mate. Your idea.
Curses.
Give us a point. Give us a point. Oh, we don't have the mascot. I'll just pluck a mascot from the chair behind me. There we go.
Of course.
Toon Link is this episode's mascot. Ah!
Very well. If we're having Toon Link, then we should probably discuss remakes. Majora's Mask 3D was recently released for the 3DS. Hot on the heels of, well, A Link Between Worlds, but before that, Ocarina of Time 3D. Are Nintendo remaking too many of their Zelda games?
Well, not to mention Wind Waker HD, which I think our mascot is a little bit perturbed at you not mentioning.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I've, as people know, I've always been fairly against the concept of remaking too many games. You can't really blame the games manufacturers for that. If the bloody things sell, they're going to keep making them. Absolutely. I believe that is how capitalism works. And indeed, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask I don't object so much. I certainly think that Ocarina of Time has aged a lot, but yet, despite that, it's one of the greatest games ever, I still maintain. Was it Stu who disagreed with that?
Quite possibly. I've never.
Damn you, Stu!
I've never been a big fan of Ocarina myself.
Damn you, Zero!
The graphics at the time I sort of didn't really rate very much. You could find, you know, issues if you walked around Hyrule Castle hard enough. It
was the mixture of the pre-rendered stuff and the polygons, and now it all looks a bit dull. So, and it's been years. Yeah, when was it released? 96? No, not 96. That was when the N64 launched. 98.
Yes.
I remember the N64 magazine, special editions.
Of course.
So yeah, it's been ages since it's been released. I think there'll be now a lot of people growing up who haven't played it yet, and it really did need a sort of revamp to make it relevant in the modern day, so I don't see the problem with that. The example I always use of a problem remake is The Last of Us Plus, or whatever it's called. It's not HD, because the PS3 was HD before that. Last of Us 2 Electric Boogaloo. Well, as far as I can tell...
Made 2 minutes before the remake. More or less, it seemed to me.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know, I didn't get the impression that a lot new was done with it. I can see why they wanted to release it. Again, it's... you've got a whole lot of 360 people defecting, as I like to call it, to the PS4, who've never played it before. But Old School, I think, raised a very good point on the forum today, which is the 21st of February, we probably ought to say that.
Yes.
If the PS4 had been made backwards compatible, we wouldn't have needed that. So, I mean, there are two groups of people I'm going to criticise, and then I'm finally going to let you get a word in edgeways, but there's the people who have bought it on PS3, played it through on PSV, see the minimal changes and go, oh, but it's so much prettier, and then buy it all over again, and thus encourage this trend. And then there's the console manufacturers for making consoles that aren't backwards compatible, and therefore meaning that people can't enjoy the best of the last generation. I mean, you can't necessarily do that on Wii U, but that's just because you can't find them in second-hand shops. Anyway, what do you think, Zero?
Remakes, I'm generally for them, wherever they add something new or just give enough of a polish. I think Jay had a good point when he said it should be left at least 10 years or so before something is remade.
I said that and Jay quoted me.
Then I apologise. You've both come from the right place as far as I'm concerned. I think Ocarina of Time definitely benefited from it. I've not bought Majora's Mask because I haven't finished the version I've got on the Wii Virtual Console.
Oh, right.
So how old that is.
Well, I still think it's worth remaking for the same reasons as Ocarina of Time.
This is true.
I never get the original as much. So.
No, well, I tried to get into it a couple of times. I made great progress on the second, but I never really got that far, I have to say. The Wind Waker HD is an interesting one.
I got that for free with Mario Kart 8, so no problems there.
No complaints indeed. Well, that's a strange one. I was going into the local town centre from work to buy Sonic Lost World.
I really love the music of that game. I only know it through Smash Brothers and through the Cappuccino Kids videos, but the music is brilliant. Shame about the rest of the game from what I've read in the reviews.
I can only agree with that.
This is not born from any hatred of Sonic.
On the way, I read a review which basically said you should probably avoid this. So I was most of the way there at the time, and I was thinking, I really want to spend some money, which virtually never happens. So I bought the Wind Waker HD, knowing that I really love the original Wind Waker, and I'm just not getting on with it as well as I thought I would. I know.
I do prefer it this time, but yeah, carry on.
The sailing has been made. You know, you've got the fast sail now, so the wind's always behind you, which is an interesting innovation. But I think I actually like the exploration, just slowly ticking the boat around and changing the wind and unfurling the sail. It felt like you going to use your time for something worthy. Now it's just I fire that up and just away I go.
Oh, I'm a very impatient person by nature. I realise that I haven't actually answered part of your topic, which is why don't you like remakes in general? I mean, surely they're not doing any harm if they're just coming out. I know that Massive Das is very keen on the idea that remakes don't actually take away any time because they're done by port-specific teams. I'm not entirely sure I agree with that. Surely there's something that these teams who are spending all their time making pretty visuals could be better engaged on. Remaking doing some nice graphics for Super Mario 64 2, or Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door 2, or F-Zero, whatever it is now, 4 if you don't count the portable editions. So I do feel like it's acting as a resource drain. Resource? I'm really nervous about pronouncing anything now after the podcast.
No need to worry.
No, you can console me.
I can. Later.
Not like...
I'm not an Oxrock. Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. Shall we?
That's what I do at weekends. I think in general remakes of a certain calibre are okay, but as you quite rightly say, they shouldn't take away teams from making anything that's new. Always prefer new to remade.
Yeah, agreed. And shall we move on to the next topic?
Indeed.
Right, the topic which I'm going to put forward for discussion is Star Fox U, which should be coming out this year. Now, up till this point, we haven't seen much of it. We've seen a couple of seconds of Shigsy flying a blurry arm around. And then we've seen things like Project Giant Robot and Project Guard, which are potentially going in there. So I guess my questions to you, Zero, are what do you want to see in there? Are you keen on the idea of things like the different control schemes coming in there? What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping for something that beats Star Fox 64. Really, I was.
Dun, 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 dun.
It would be a bit cheeky to release a game like that today, though, where you can essentially blast through it in an hour and a half. Admittedly, the branching paths give it some longevity, but I'm hoping for something where there are maybe 3, 4, 5 of those styles of campaign. I think, given that the different control styles are almost certainly going to be in there, I just hope that they add meaningfully to any kind of storyline, and they don't get in the way of what I see the series as being based on.
Which is
the on-rail shooting action. I grew up with Starwing, I got that for my 13th birthday, Star Fox 64 with the little rumble pack. It was very, very exciting at the time. And
controller shakes in your hands. You don't even realise that now, do you?
No. It was a moment in gaming, and now controllers just come with it as standard. Really, the once you can turn it off, though, it's quite uncomfortable.
Oh, I like it. I like the gentle buzzing.
Okay. And I've just felt that most of the Star Foxes since have kind of taken away from that in this, in the same way that Paper Mario was kind of changed from what it used to be and became famous for. So yeah, Project Giant Robot and Project Guard are in there, or part of the package, then yeah, just hope they're integrated into the story well, and they don't take too much away from what I'm really hoping that it's going to be.
I think most of us would agree with you that what we're really hoping for is a return to form of the series. It's been developed in-house, it's been developed, Shigsy's got a hand in it, so we're all hoping for something. I mean, the thing about Shigsy, brilliant man, going a little, I was saying going a little, he's always had a touch of eccentricity, that's what they call it in creative, isn't it?
That's right.
Madness for anyone else. And I can actually see him going, yes, well, we'll have 5 levels of on-rail shooting, and then 50 levels trying 10 different types of control scheme. And yeah, good for you, Shigsy, but that could be a disaster of Wii Music proportions. With apologies to Matthew Castle.
Of course.
I agree with you. I'd very much like to see a return to the cinematic style of shooting. I think it was in, what was the one that Namco did, Assault? Where they actually had bits where Fox and co could get out of the R-Wing, get into an R-Wing. I really like the idea of that. I just hope that it's implemented well. I think whatever goes into that will probably be implemented well, because it's being done in-house, Nintendo seal of quality, it means poof. It means absolutely nothing nowadays, but usually you can trust in-house games to be good unless they're Kirby's Air Ride. I'm going to get lots of angry communication from some Kirby's Air Ride fans now. The music's great, shame about the rest of it. But, so yeah, I'm sure whatever they put in will be great. But what I'd really like to see is, not, as you say, on-rails shooting, bit of all-range shooting, bit of getting out your vehicle, maybe, to wander around for a tad, but not so that it distracts from the shooty band stuff that we've all come to know and love.
Very well. We've
exhausted that topic.
Wrapped that one up neatly. Sort of segues neatly into what I was going to ask about, which is, what are you looking forward to over the next month, 2 months?
Well, no, nothing's going to over the next month, 2 months. Before this, we went down to the pub. We had a couple of pints, as real men do.
Don't tell my mum.
My pint was cider.
That's more real than some other pints.
Is it? Well,
Great alcoholic content in cider.
I didn't think that was the point. I thought for maximum manliness points you need to drink watered-down lager, which has hardly any alcohol in, but makes you look well-ard when you're drinking it.
I had a lager.
You're more of a man than I, so so yeah, what were we actually talking about? Games I'm looking forward to over the next 2 months. You were talking about Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, is that right?
That's right, yes.
First Shantae you've actually enjoyed?
Fully, yeah, I would like to say so. I haven't quite finished it yet, but I'm on the last world before the last world.
No, I understand that it's quite expensive for an eShop game, but I think I could do with another good Metroidvania title to get into. Not so sure about the push up the 3D slider and the boobs pop out of the screen, but...
Sorry, way forward. Little worrying.
That aside, the odd lighting impact, again on the same area of skin, that kind of makes her look like she's been made out of plastic. I could definitely go for another Metroidvania style thing. And there's the Inazuma 11 games, which I know you're a big fan. Big fan. And I think it's about time I got myself another RPG for the 3DS, so we might see about those. If I look to my right, there's the games I have yet to play. Oh, hello, Bayonetta. Fancy you making me feel guilty there. I probably ought to play through some Bayonetta. I've only played a bit of 1 up till now. I haven't played any of 2. And then there's also Super Metroid. I would really quite like to get past the Bomb Guardian, thank you. What about you, Zero?
Well, I'd just like to say that Super Metroid is well worth playing, and should probably invest some time.
I know. I mean, people were talking about Metroid Prime on the forum, and I was thinking of, well, I have sent an email to the rotating platform asking, can we put the Metroid Prime trilogy in as a real gun game, please? Seeing as you didn't even consider it for Metroidvania.
Yes. Well, my current gaming project is to basically finish Tales of the Abyss, so I've got something to trade in towards the next Inazuma 11 game, which is coming out at the end of March. Balladeer subtly indicates that he loves Tales of the Abyss to the very core of his soul. I hope we have no lip readers out there.
Yes. This postcard is rated 12A, 18 if you can lip read.
I'm getting on with it gently. The combat has become incredibly repetitive by this stage, so I have had a big break, not least because the circle pad on my old 3DS broke slightly.
Yeah, I saw a picture that was on the GNamer Twitter. That was wonderful. What do you want to do to it? It looks like you dissolved it in acid.
I simply used it a lot. And so now I've got my...
what he means.
Now I've got my new 3DS. I've basically got 2 kart 3DS games. So I'm either playing Tales of the Abyss or Angry Birds Trilogy. So I think I'd rather play Tales of the Abyss. It's the classic, neighbours versus home and away thing. They're both terribly, terribly bad, but one is slightly better than the other. In terms of the Wii U, there's a few disc-based games that I've got floating around, but the thing that I'm concentrating on at the minute is Stealth Inc. 2. Really sort of got into that. I'm currently on the 5th set of stages. Very interesting, very thoughtful, very kind of experimental in the way that you can approach solutions to the puzzles and the stages. So I'm enjoying that. That's good fun. I'm probably going to progress on to Citizens of Earth, and I have Xenoblade Chronicles in the disc slot.
Oh, play it. Such a wonderful game.
Intimidatingly large game.
It is intimidatingly large, but it has Gal playing. That's all I should need to say.
I've got to the first city, village, place, and I've walked around it, and it feels like it's bigger than the entire original Legend of Zelda on the NES.
Probably
so it's, I'm getting a little kind of hat off
about that. Nervous?
About, broaching that. I might be 2 hours into the 80 hours that's going to take.
Maybe the next time we do one of these, we should get you in front of the Wii U playing some Xenoblade on video with humorous commentary.
Oh dear, looking forward to that. I think we've wrapped that up. Basically, it's Inazuma 11 over the next month or two that I'm interested in buying.
Fair enough. So my second topic. Every time we do one of these, I'm hoping there's going to be more than one. We're going to have a wild card topic. This time it's going to be the Cricket World Cup.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So
Cricket World Cup me.
No. I don't actually want to inflict that on anybody on the other side of the camera. So instead I'm going to talk about Kim Jong-un's haircut.
Interesting segue, little twist.
Yeah, well, they're very closely related, cricket, Kim Jong-un's haircut. Everybody knows that Kim Jong-un loves playing cricket, and like everything else that he does, he is the absolute best at the cricket. He doesn't take part in the World Cup only because it would be so unfair to the other nations.
Absolutely.
And he bats using his new haircut. Now, I actually haven't seen the haircut. I've only seen it trending on Facebook. You have, Zero.
I have indeed seen the haircut. It's basically, if you imagine sort of the classic ashtray in a pub, so it's got this little indentation and surrounded by sort of square-ish glass. Basically, cut it in half and hollow out the indentation bit slightly. That's the current haircut.
Because every good dictator should have an ashtray on their head. I think that's what Robert Mugabe is really missing. That's why he fell over. God was angry with him for not having an ashtray on his head.
Absolutely.
And so you've seen this applied to the various other world leaders.
I have indeed. There's a picture on the Have I Got News For You Twitter where David Cameron was photoshopped to have one of these, and Obama naturally, and then Angela Merkel, which was somewhat upsetting to the eye and psyche and soul. Another thing to talk to my therapist about.
Pass the brain bleach, yes. Alright, I think that's about it for this section of the video.
Indeed.
So we'll be back right after this, and in this case, this isn't a humorous sound effect, it's me going over to turn the camera off like a massive amateur. Except I can't work out how to do it.
And we're back. We are still playing Mario Kart 8.
Which, of course, you would all have guessed from my amazing rendition of a tyre.
Fabulous, fabulous.
So we just got to play one race on Ice Ice Outpost, the underloved underdog of the new DLC pack. Gotta love Nintendo's attitude to DLC. And financing, actually, except they've since released Pokemon Shuffle.
Well, yeah, the less said about that, the better, I would say.
Well, we weren't going to talk about that, then we completely forgot. Oops.
Oh well, what can you do?
Is that a good thing? Do you think that's a good thing?
I would think so. For the record, I am Toad, and I'm on the wheel for my sins, which must be many.
And I've never played in a Blue Falcon before, but I'm sure that baby Rosalina is going to miss the items. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
The reason we're still playing Mario Kart 8 is because it is brilliant. It's for my money, reinvigorated the Mario Kart franchise.
Oh, you...
Pause whilst my colleague
I disagree. Also, ZeroJones is awful.
What happened then?
You barged me off the edge of the track. You're Toad. You're not meant to be able to barge anyone.
Ah,
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Okay.
Did I hit you with one of my green shells?
No.
Damn. But yes.
Sounds like I made an enemy for life.
Well, yeah, but that's just as a matter of course, you know. But yeah, I agree with what you were saying, Vera. It is still a fantastic game. Up there with up there with Smash, I'd say, as the best two games on the Wii U. Full stop.
It's about time, really. They were both released last year, weren't they?
Yeah.
Mid and late, respectively. Also, obviously, there is the second half of the DLC before too long.
I'm looking forward to showing people what's what using Isabel.
Absolutely.
I can't use the boomerang. This is why I don't like first-person shooters, because I can't aim. The whole point of the boomerang is that it requires you to be able to aim.
Well, I think we both used to be doing well at this.
Yeah.
And then other things happened.
Yeah, when we say we've still been playing, you know, I haven't played this in a while.
8 items, that's how well I'm doing. Oh dear.
Am I beating Daisy? This is the important thing. Hi, I'm Daisy!
Are you?
No! No! No, I'm not. No. Oh, just.
Don't know how to drift with the wheel. Oh, well.
Oh, I forgot you were playing on the wheel and I only just beat you. That's a searing indictment of my skills, isn't it? Toon Link disapproves.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Anyway, yeah, Mario Kart 8. Still good.
Still good.
We'll be back with another segment after this. So, I thought I'd just take a couple of seconds to have a look at this, my Wii U menu. It kind of supports the point we were making earlier, doesn't it, Zero? That you know, you've still got Mario Kart, you've still got Smash Brothers in there, even though they were released a while back. Shows how good they are, and yeah. So, this is my first time playing something, and if you're wondering why, behind the board, Toon Link is shivering in fear, that's because it's my first time playing Darksiders 2, famed for starring Death himself. Or herself, I don't know. Anyway, let's switch to the screen, where some serious skeleton feces are about to go down. I love the soundtrack in this, by the way. This music's absolutely brilliant. Empty slot, yes, I accept that. Did I need to pay attention to any of that?
Not particularly, no.
Good.
My own experience of Darksiders 2 is quite limited. It's one of the games I bought relatively close to the Wii U launch, because that's when it was released.
Because there was nothing else to buy.
More or less, sadly. Shortly afterwards, THQ went belly up, which
Tells you that.
perhaps it does. Perhaps it does.
There can be no life without order. Good, evil, darkness, light. There must be balance in the universe.
Ah, we were talking about Cricket World Cup taglines earlier, and there's a character called Gary Balance. Sorry, cricketer called Gary Balance. And we could have had cricket. The only balance we care about is balance in the universe.
Inevitably, balance of the universe is very important.
And it says the balance has been broken, and he's just broken his finger. So there you are. It's almost like fate or something.
It all fits together beautifully. For the record, the voiceover is delivered by Keith. I'm going to say Sarah Biker, who.
Hello.
Yes, we're very visible here at the moment.
I don't like being seen by. There we go.
Uh,
Fury and Strife are not horsemen of the apocalypse. I know my Bible.
No, I assume that was with the idea of making future games and not having to, have a massive eating contest with famine and then some sort of trauma centre-like game with pestilence.
That would have been brilliant.
Quite possibly out of keeping.
Also, one of them has a gun. What's the point?
Yes, the gun is a thing.
Also, the council are apparently savage volcanoes.
Well,
That's what the Dreaded Horsemen form. The Horsemen go back to the Bible. They weren't formed because they made some allowance. They've been inextricably linked since the dawn of time. This game is inaccurate.
poor Toon Link. Well, we did say first time playing was first time watching the introduction.
Well, with this new focus on filmic games in the industry, like The Order 1886, because it's a
Don't
joke.
we just love it?
I don't know, I've never played it, but Metacritic does not. Well, there's another cutscene. Actually, have you seen Unskippable on The Escapist?
No.
It basically looks at rubbish cutscenes. Takes the mickey out there. Wait, humanity's dead?
Humanity was wiped out at the end of the first game, which is a bit of a blow for us sitting here.
Well, we're safe here in our in the Balladeer.
Thank goodness for that.
It's like the Space Ark, only there's more music and more soft toys.
One man enters. Hopefully one man... Ah!
There's a soft toy. So do I get to be the crow?
The crow will influence the game eventually. Probably not before the batteries run out on the camera, though.
I hope he's played by Russell Crowe. That's all I'm saying. That's not Death. That's not Death. He's got hair. Yeah, Death is a skeleton. I've read the Terry Pratchett books. I'm Death. I got fed up with being a skeleton, so I've decided to have muscles. They are my favourite type of mollusk.
I can't believe you did that. We're actually on, and
Someone will banish despair. Oh, right, okay.
Despair is the name of the horse. It's
No, I
not.
gathered that. Whee! Right, go away, despair.
So we're.
Or jolt that. Oh, it's Jim Bob's favourite thing. Shaking the controller to do stuff.
In this case, weird somersaults, by the look of it.
Okay, so the soundtrack's actually fairly decent now. Oh yeah, okay, right, fine, I'll go back on the horse. I'm back on the horse. Are you happy? Yeah, doing that does indeed make it dash forward.
Zelda fans will kill to start the game on the horse. Love the horse, man. Not in that way.
Also, they'd kill, this guy's deaf. He's pretty much got a monopoly on that sort of thing. Let's ride into the wall! No. Look at all these death with all these muscles. Yeah. There are children in the third world who'd...
What was that? Run towards the wall and press B, I think it was.
Oh, right. There are children in the third world who kill to have muscles like this. And here is Death, who doesn't need them because he's a skeleton. Hogging all the muscles, yeah. Don't be so shellfish, Death. And we're back after the recording equipment failed. So I'm on top of the wall with the sides drawn. Apparently he has to go alone.
Not allowed to call you horse anymore.
Alright.
Sorry, Epona.
Can I hammer the button? Yes, I can hammer the button. And there is my fighting skill.
quite
Times
effective.
8. Are you still alive? Why are you still alive?
Quite effective early doors to just bash a bit of button.
There's another one.
Oh, but there's a piece of armour there.
What am I meant to do with it? Do I wander over and press the A button? I do. You might though. Try to pick up some armour. No, I can't be bothered to equip it. This is for the lols.
Okay, gradually approaching the
Okay,
orange.
I've got a secondary weapon. I'll have a secondary weapon. How do I equip a secondary weapon, Zero?
You need to press ZR a couple of times to find it. There we go.
Yay, equip.
Equip.
Oh,
and
go
out.
on. I'll put on some greaves that make absolutely no difference to
You
him.
look like a blacksmith there.
Oh, there we go.
Blacksmith with snow
Now,
boots.
I can press X to... Yay!
Your dream of owning a hammer in every game is being fulfilled slowly but surely.
Yeah, well, I still don't understand why Mario doesn't have one. Okay, it's getting a little jerky now. Right. Move towards the water angle and then press B and then da-da-da-da-da. I'll do my run thing.
Yeah, it
I
is
can't
a
see
little
what's
bit.
going on because there's too much light coming through. Da-da-da-da-da. No, I can't do that. Never mind. Okay, so I can't even climb up there because of stupid ice crystals. I can probably climb up that way. Look, he cants along like a... I don't know, something endearing and not at all like death. Hey!
Oh.
Splat! You meant to hold it. Is that what you meant to do? Jump B. So if I run towards it at an angle, then I jump B toward another wall, and then yay! We're crying out loud!
The parkour is takes a little bit of getting used to. Sadly,
so this is this parkour thing I hear Ubisoft talking about
yeah.
all the time.
I think you meant to slide along and then jump up.
I did! That is exactly what I did. It is clearly just a useless game. Like, there we go. And yes!
Hey!
I managed the amazing thingy. Right, oh, can I smash it? Yeah! And my hammer! That was my hammer. This is my hammer! And you're too high up, so I can't actually hit.
Nope.
Alright, just gonna keep doing that.
Okay.
I've already got the hammer.
I know, that's a little bit odd.
Jump B towards the wooden green to bear. Oh, spot the treasure chest. Oh well,
And
this
then
is
jump onto the next bit.
Press B to jump away. I'm pressing B to jump away.
Or you have to hold the ZL to lean away and then
you do.
then make.
That's it.
Oh, not too low.
But there's a trust down there.
Is this?
Oh, never mind. Whee! Alright, enough with that thing, you dog. Smash! With my hammer. You're facing the wrong way. Hammer! Hammer! Hammer.
Fairly sure I would not be standing after being hammered in such a way.
Well, you're not a sort of undead skeleton thing.
That's true.
There's another one frozen in ice. Oh, come on, you're not even going to let me hammer you. Not that I need to let you.
The hammer is mentioned as being slow, but it does do good ranged damage, I think.
Oh, he has finishers. Those are a thing. Spear? So I can equip a spear instead. Oh, just another
Some
axe.
sort of axe.
Another hammer.
Money!
Oh, hooray.
Just what we've been lacking so far.
Because there have been lots of things to buy. Whoa, okay, so that didn't do the thing that I wanted it to. Up the beam. Is there anything to look at here? Right.
Well, I think it's over to the next beam.
I keep thinking the whole thing's going to fall down, but no, it's fine.
No such luck.
Well, I don't want to Can death die? Is that... Press A to release from being the ledges.
He's made it to the other side.
Oi, 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 oi. Oh, I think I actually took some damage there for those hammering dispute of what it is makes on top of it. Yes, face the power of death.
Callous. Rude.
Okay,
Not you, them.
well, yeah, I agree, but I'm deaf. Why am I faffing about doing this? Because you're undead. Is it undeadness? Is death weak against undead? I don't understand this Pokemon type effectiveness chart. Okay, this is actually probably pretty boring to be special. It's probably not making for great television. So I'll get rid of this guy, then I'm going to withdraw the rest of the ice blocks. Is that a vibe? Is that a vibe?
Yeah. So now you're climbing, not unlike some other video game that you may have played.
You don't need to tell me. What don't I need to tell you? Where am I going? There.
I think you're heading in a Vesely direction.
Sick laughter.
The subtitles, thank goodness. They explain it all.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, they don't exactly leap out at you, do they?
No, it's doing a bit dull. Okay, well this is interesting, very interesting. I mean, being in a direction with that, whee! No, come on. Now where?
Over there. So you lean over.
A little mouse gets logged on, well I declare. It's a boss! Hooray! Wasn't that guy from Disney's Hercules? Oh! Well...
More like Thor. Or at least you will be Thor after you've been pummeled by this guy.
Right, how do I dodge? I don't actually know how to dodge. Yes I do that, don't I? Dodge! Dodge! Yay! Right, dodge! Okay, this... Oh, there's a big softy really, aren't there? No? No? You don't like that nomenclature? Just practicing the moves.
Oh. Nicely done.
Okay, come on, let's get it rather down. Get it done. Okay. Anything gonna happen? No, he roared, I thought a thing was gonna happen, then a thing did not happen.
Who roars to call their attacks?
Well, you play video games. Also this is not anime, true. But, okay, come on. Hammer! More choral stuff. Death has always been a big fan of choral music. This is well known.
This is true. He had a jazz phase, but the less said about that, the better.
Jazz is dead.
Jazz is death.
No, it's not. Right, okay, is there going to be a quick time event? I've got wings. So. I hear the quick time events when things are happening. No? No quick time event. I feel
Gypped.
Gypped. How long have we been playing this for now?
The counter is on 9 minutes. Shall we call it a halt?
Should we call it a halt? Let's just run along this wall.
I made it successfully to the side.
And there's a thing that's going to happen.
A death safe. A for action.
And we're going to press this thing, and then we're not going to find out what happens next. Or maybe we are. It's an ancient medieval lift!
How exciting. It's also slightly broken in the manner of all lifts everywhere.
Yeah, it's got music that really doesn't fit just going up in a lift. Where's the nice gentle piano music? Anyway, enough of this.
Very well.
Have you ever had an awkward debate with someone? An argument on the internet that neither of you can come to a conclusion to? Well, Nintendo gave us the answer to that. And the answer was, settle it in Smash! So that's what we're going to do. So,
The motion that we're going to be settling in Smash today is a particularly topical and somewhat controversial one, because we know that's how people get hits on the interwebs.
That's all we want.
So, the motion that beside this debate that I'm going to be going for is that I think that, not in general, but the Gamergate movement has done a small amount of good.
Defend yourself. I'll be taking the other side, naturally.
Use two links, Hylian shield. I get the feeling this is going to be somewhat ineffectual in the debate arena, however. So, I don't want to deny that the Gamergate movement is, on the whole, atrocious. However, I think there have been some good principles behind it that maybe have got lost. The idea that there should be a more fair, unbiased gaming press with fewer links to the people that they who necessarily produce the games for them, that they're meant to impartially review. And sites like The Escapist, they have updated their rules and regulations and how they're meant to deal with the gaming press and gaming developers and people and so on as a result of this Gamergate movement. So I think there can be some good in it.
I'm going to have to suggest that I disagree. As you alluded to, the overwhelming majority of Gamergate seems to have become controversial for deriding anyone who happens to be female, and that has obviously overtaken the whole thing. And although there may have been good principles at the start of the Gamergate movement, that foundation has been completely eroded and taken over by certain people who have different agendas to further. The idea that there's a massive amount of corruption in the video gaming press is probably a complete, I'd say complete, am I not? A complete lie, because you are going to have some sort of relationship with developers and publishers to get the games from them in the first place to be able to review them. So the ethical lines are up to the individual, I would suggest, and the idea that every games journalist out there is taking freebies left, right and centre is clearly nonsense. So the Gamergate movement has been very destructive, all told. It's changed the relationship of the gaming media, and the gamer, and the internet probably as a whole. So I'm going to argue that it's been a very, very poor thing for games. There's been no value to gaming.
Right, well, obviously we met over the internet, so any further debate is probably going to devolve into mudslinging, criticisms about Zero's mum. Zero is going to send death threats to me. Is there a better way? Well, fortunately, there is. So, we're playing on the gamer stage. Obviously, Mom represents the evil feminazis. For anyone on the internet coming across that was a joke. I am joking. Then I'm playing as Peach to represent women in games as they are frequently depicted. Zero is playing as Samus to women in games as they perhaps should be depicted. We've got Zero's Amiibo, and we've got a CPU Rob who represents the internet. Natch. Smart Bob in your face.
I liked my face.
Oh, that's protected by a mask. Bye-bye. You just don't get it, do you, Amiibo?
He's only level 11.
He is, that's true. X-Bomb! X-Bomb, X-Bomb, you're my X-Bomb.
Typical of the Gamergate scene, just rampant sexism. X-Bomb. Oh dear.
Yeah, well, I'm a good part of Gamergate, which does exist, thank you, and I will show it by chucking a thing at you.
Of course.
I've got no idea who's winning. Which is the best way. Oh, boom. Freezing!
That was a cat. thought it was supposed to be someone's mum coming in.
That's someone's mum. Oh, bye-bye. But I did get Maribo back, so... well, okay. Capture all of your face. Oh. Oh, Mom was about to come out of the thing in the middle.
Oh, goodness.
It is official!
The House has decided.
The Gamergate movement does have some positive aspects. By 2 KOs to 0 KOs to -1 KOs to -1 KOs. And Mazamir gets 2 points, 2 figure player levels, to illustrate that he also agrees with certain aspects of the Gamergate movement. So I think it's about time we finished off this section on that victorious note after this. And by this, I mean Zero pressing the big red button. So,
okay, that's it. Thanks for joining us.
Following the last segment, I've been beaten to death. My remains have been stored in Pokemon Tower, and I've now become a haunter.
Bala, oh no. What are we going to do?
I don't know, right? I can't play any games now, because my hands will go straight through the controller. Oh, alternatively, it's something I use as a cushion. Yeah, so we've had some laughs, haven't we?
We have.
Kim Jong-il's hairstyle. Kim Jong-un's hairstyle, sorry. Oh dear, I can hear the North Korean assassin squads outside the window. Okay, now I'm ready. I'm going to be killed and turned into a hoarder. What can you do? That aside, yeah, played some more Mario Kart 8. It's still fantastic.
Go ahead, do it now.
Played a bit of, played with the internet's emotions on Gamergate. The internet has so many emotions.
Very true. Mainly anger.
Yeah. They're not all good emotions.
No.
And I can't even remember what the other segment
We
we
did some
Darksiders
2.
Darksiders 2.
God bless it.
God bless it. Well, would God bless anything so blasphemous? I'm not really sure he would. Anyway, I think that brings us to the end of our little recordings.
It does indeed.
So, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me also.
And goodbye from Toon Link. Thank you for joining us.
Bye bye.